Welcome to the Cell Soul Source podcast. I'm Jackie, a chiropractor, yogi, and Akashic reader, and I'm here to activate healing in light workers of all kinds so they can serve from an empowered place and fulfill their purpose with ease, awe, and wonder. As healers, therapists, clinicians, vets, dentists, we are naturally caring and kind. When you are delivering a face-to-face, in-person, often hands-on service, it can be really hard not to take things personally when people say or do things, especially if they say your treatment was poor, their results aren't what they expected, you hurt them, you made them worse. Because you're in such close contact with them, those kind of things can really hurt. But when you master this one thing, it will literally become your superpower. Mastering your emotional body will allow you to navigate any situation, stay focused on your vision, become a more successful healer, having a bigger impact while having more fun. Your emotional triggers are an invitation and are showing you where you are not yet free. Your emotional body would not trigger a response in you unless there was something there for you to leverage and grow from. Your emotional body is calling you forward and into more every time it triggers you. Have you ever wondered why Sally can say something to you and your friend? You are mortally offended. You're absolutely apoplectic. And your friend is completely unbothered. This is because you have something in your field that Sally just triggered so that you can acknowledge and release it and grow from it. But there's no charge around that subject in your friend's field, and that's why he or she remained unbothered. So your job is to be curious and uncover the gold on the other side of the feedback that your emotional body just gave you. It just gave you a clue. When your patients, your clients, your colleagues, your staff, your employer are giving you some kind of, I'm going to say quote unquote negative, because none of it is negative, bad, wrong. It's all just information. But when you're getting some kind of what you deem to be criticism, negative feedback, a bad review, comment, or a complaint, you'll be able to leverage your emotions to grow, to increase your capacity to hold more, whether that's more clients, more money, more fun, more freedom. You can use it to let go of limitations and the stories we tell ourselves, and all the things that you believe about yourself that aren't true. You just took them on as your own from an early age. So when you receive something quote unquote negative at work, it can really rock you. Like I say, it's hard not to take it personally. It can derail you. It can send you into a spiral of all sorts of fear, worry, anxiety that can take you days, weeks, months, or in my case, years to recover from. I'm not good enough. I'm not skilled enough. I don't know enough. I'm not capable enough. But when you master your emotional body, you will be unbothered by it all. Now, I am not saying that we don't care and we just give crap service and be unbothered by low standards. Absolutely not. This is about us reaching the next level, the higher standards, the bigger rewards. And we can't do that when we're at the mercy of our emotions. When we're up one day and down the next, and it all depends on what the people around us are saying and doing. But by mastering your emotional body, it allows you to detach your emotions from the event to gain the wisdom. By mastering your emotional body, it allows you to detach your emotion from the event to gain the wisdom. There is always wisdom for you to gain. There's always gold on the other side. And our job is to lean in and find the gold. The negative comment, the feedback, the bad review, the complaint that would normally rock you, take you out of the game and leave you devastated for weeks, maybe months, maybe years, like I say, struggling to get back on an even keel and completely killing any spark you had for your work, no longer does that to you. Instead, you get curious and leverage it. Suddenly, you're not taking it like a stake to the heart. You're not taking it so personally. You're noticing, I noticed that made me feel jealous, angry, resentful, offended, disappointed, hurt, whatever the emotion was. Now, I want you to still feel the emotion. Because when we suppress it or avoid it or dismiss it, it creates more entanglements that we just have to deal with later on. So I still want you to feel the emotion, but then I want you to turn around and look at it. I know that this is showing me something. What am I not acknowledging? What am I not allowing myself in this moment? Allowing myself to see? What specifically about that situation, that comment, that feedback triggered me? Why am I so bothered by it? And in those questions, you will bring something subconscious up into your conscious awareness where you now have a choice. Is it true? Do I continue to believe it, or is it outdated and now actually holding me back? So you can respond to things in a completely different way. Let's just work through a little example. Imagine your patient gets up, you're doing some kind of hands-on body work. Your patient gets up from the table and says, "Is that it?" And you get offended. So old you would start with the internal dialogue. What do you mean, is that it? I've just spent the last 30 minutes busting a gut trying to help you. You spend the next 4 appointments thinking about it. Now you've been emotionally derailed. Your next 4 patients haven't had your focused attention. And you've wasted a whole lot of energy. But when you use this method, you notice the feedback and you take the action. If you don't know how to use your energy bodies yet, the link to my free masterclass is in the show notes, so grab that. But now, with this new insight, you can go, I noticed that I got offended. I got defensive because I thought that they hadn't appreciated my work. But really, when they left, they seemed happy. In fact, they actually said they felt great afterwards. So is there a refinement I can make here? What is the action that I can take here? Perhaps you could indicate to the patient that the treatment is finished and it's okay for them to get off the bench. You can go on to include that tiny sentence at the end of your sessions, done. No more wasting time and energy. Just making the simple shifts through your day from the feedback that you're noticing in the moment. These are the things that are small, but when you don't know how to work with your emotional body, can take you out of the game. They take you out of your genius. They break your concentration, your flow, and your momentum. But when you're really good at working with your emotional body, you can uncover powerful insights about your subconscious blocks, your survival patterns, and how they are holding you back from moving forward, which is why this is such a big part of the work I do. By using the feedback from your emotional bodies, I can tell you where you're blocked and what you need to clear to become the most relaxed, rested, successful, happy healer, and step into the version of you who's literally living your pinch me life. When you make this switch and understand that it is all feedback calling you forward, the emotions either, hardly enter your awareness at all. They're like a little speed bump. You find it amusing. Or you acknowledge that you could do something different, refine something. Or you could even admit that you did make a mistake and come to a solution for the good of all. The difference is the emotional charge behind it. I am absolutely savage with my emotional body. I am dialed into everything. I don't have those big roller coaster emotions anymore. So I have to really dial into the small, subtle, almost imperceptible shifts in my emotions because, like I say, you keep leaning in. You keep leaning into the new edges so that you can grow and expand and see how good it gets to be. And you do that from curiosity because you keep leaning in. Why did I feel that? Now, as somebody who spent years crying, trying to meditate, stressed out, anxious, worrying, literally grasping for the next self-care thing that was going to make me feel better, make me feel calm, help me relax, this was a game changer. In fact, that's why I originally started meditating. It was to try and level out the ups and downs of my emotions. I wanted to see if I could strengthen my mind like a muscle to be able to even out the peaks and troughs instead of constantly being buffeted around by my emotions. So instead of avoiding or blaming or suppressing your emotions, start leveraging them to not only take things less personally, but so that you can grow and expand in all areas of your life. Let me know how this lands for you, your biggest takeaways, and as always, I look forward to connecting with you on the next podcast. I am rooting for you. We rise together. If you feel called, please rate and review. I would really appreciate that.